To have you. It's good to have your expertise here because it's a really serious situation. The first hurricane of the 2024 Atlantic season made its way through the Caribbean. It's on its way to Jamaica. What do we need to know?
Well, I think that's the key point. This has been a very devastating storm across parts of the southern Windward Islands that dealt head on with the impacts of a Category 5 hurricane yesterday on Monday across those areas. But this storm is going to be a threat for days to come. Next up, Jamaica and the Cayman Islands. Then we're going to be concerned about impacts on the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico. And we have increasing concerns about rain and wind across parts of southeast Texas as well. So this is going to be a major storm that people need to be aware of here as we head into the U.S. holiday here over the next couple of days.
Let's first start with Jamaica because that's where Hurricane Beryl is going next. What can people in Jamaica expect? And as you said, this was a Category 5 storm. Can the people of Jamaica expect it to be Category 5 once it makes landfall?
Well, this storm has been encountering some changing atmospheric conditions as it's headed very rapidly to the west here over the last 24 hours. And one of the things it's facing is increasing wind shear. And what does that mean when meteorologists talk about wind shear? We're talking about changing wind speed and direction through the atmosphere. And when a hurricane enters into an area of increasing wind shear, that can be disruptive to its circulation. That's why we're already seeing the winds of Beryl come down a bit. The storm is losing a bit of wind intensity, and that is going to continue to be the trend here, we think, over the next couple of days. But it is going to remain a very intense hurricane and pose a variety of life-threatening hazards, from devastating winds to a life-threatening catastrophic storm surge in some parts of Jamaica, including the risk for a 6 to 10 foot storm surge near Kingston, the capital. So that's obviously a very serious concern in Jamaica, as well as heavy rainfall. And in locations in the Caribbean where there's steep terrain, then we're always talking about not only the concern from a rainfall perspective for how much falls from the sky, but also in steep terrain, the risk for mudslides and compounding some of those issues. So a wide variety of life-threatening issues on the way for Jamaica on Wednesday. Then we're going to be dealing with serious impacts in the Cayman Islands on Thursday. Then we look toward later in the week for the Yucatan Peninsula.
And as this storm moves to Jamaica and then away, does it look like it's weakening at all?
Yeah, we do think, again, that we are going to start seeing the storm lose a bit of wind intensity. But I want to caution, sometimes people see that and they lose let their guard down. That is not what you want to do in this type of situation. This is a very serious hurricane. And although the wind intensity may be reduced a bit, the impacts are going to still be very significant, and there are going to be multiple life-threatening impacts, as we talked about, from the winds, the flooding rainfall, and that storm surge and coastal inundation, which is also going to be a major concern. So now is not the time to let your guard down, and people need to rush completions, rush their hurricane planning to completion and all their preparations in Jamaica, as we're going to be dealing with very serious impacts there on Wednesday into Wednesday night.
This